Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you haven't come across me before, my name's Anuja. I'm a Sri Lankan YouTuber that does videos on music, beauty and lifestyle. So if you like my videos, keep watching and subscribe to my channel. If you are from India, Sri Lanka or any other Asian countries that watch Bollywood movies, you will know that the beautiful Deepika Padukone got married a couple of weeks ago. The wedding was in Italy and there was a strict no phone rule, so there are very limited photos in terms of like what she was wearing, what kind of makeup she was wearing, but they themselves did put up a few photos on Instagram and she just looked so stunning. And a couple of you guys have been asking me to do this look, so I thought, why not give it a go? I actually didn't have any saris, I didn't have any jewelry, so my sister and her friend came to the rescue, so I'm wearing their stuff and they just look so gorgeous. I know that brides nowadays go for the dewy highlighted look, but she went for the matte brown smoky eye look, which I mean, you can see from the photos how beautiful she is. And as a matte makeup lover, I honestly fell in love with it right away. Just remember that I'm not a pro makeup artist or anything. I'm just a girl experimenting with makeup and trying to recreate looks that I see that are interesting to me. And I hope that by watching these videos, you get to learn some techniques and apply them to your makeup routine as well. So without further ado, let's get to the video. So the first thing I'm gonna do is prime my face because I wanna make sure that all that makeup sticks on. And for that, what I'm using is the POREfessional Primer by Benefit. The next thing I'm gonna use is my Stila palette for color correction. This is quite helpful if you have uneven skin tone and any hyperpigmentation that you want to just adjust before you put your foundation. So what I normally do is I put it under my eyes and also around the mouth. I did review this palette on one of my videos before, so I'll just link it up here if you want to go see that. And I feel like this is one of those really common things that, you know, brown girls face, so it's good to see that there are products out there that can help us. I know that I probably look like a weird orange looking panda, but I assure you that this really does help neutralize the skin and helps the foundation give that airbrushed effect. As for foundation, I'm going to use my trusty NARS Sheer Glow foundation in the color Syracuse. I feel like looking at her photos that she would have used a really sheer foundation, and that's why I'm going for this. And just take your time doing this because you want it all blended in really nicely. And especially around the areas where you put the color correction, just make sure that it's covered really well. And if you have areas where you haven't covered fully, just go in with another pump. When you have the coverage that you want, then it's time to set it with a powder foundation. The one that I'm going with is my MAC Mineralize Skin Finish in the color Medium Deep. And the reason why you set your liquid foundation is for three things. So one is that the foundation lasts longer, second is that it mattifies the whole foundation, and the third is that it gives a good airbrushed effect. The next thing I want to concentrate on are my eyebrows. Now she has thick, amazing eyebrows and she has really defined borders with a high arch, so I'm going to try the products that I have and recreate this. First, I'm going to use my Benefit 24-Hour Brow Setter. So I'm just going to go on an upward-outward motion. And I really want to get that arch as high as I can. Next, I'm using my Benefit Brow Gel, and this is in the color 4. And what I want to do with this is actually define my brows. So it sort of comes with this pot and a brush, and I'm just going to take a little bit on each side. And then add tiny bits on the inner corner as well. And then as you get to the arch, just fill that in. And then at the bottom as well, you want a clean border. Then fill in your brows as much as you need to. You can see that the brows actually wake up and it's more defined and it's just more full. Next, I'm going to use my Benefit Gimme Brow. And this sort of adds more color, more volume, and more dimension. When you do your brows before you do your eye makeup, it just looks so prominent and so weird. But don't worry, because now we're getting into the eye makeup. First things first, I'm going to use my Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion in the color Original. Wedding days can be so hectic, and the last thing that you want to worry about is whether your eyeshadow is staying in place. So this is why we use a primer, because it just sticks that eyeshadow onto the lid. And I'm actually going to put some on my lower lid as well. And just with my finger, I'm going to blend that all onto my lid. So while that sets, I'm going to show you the colors that I'll be using for this look. So there's the beautiful Urban Decay Born to Run palette. So the colors that I'll be using for Deepika's wedding look are Punk, Double Life, Jet, Stranded, and Riff. And these are such basic colors that you will most likely have on your palettes that you own. Obviously, I don't know the palette or the actual colors that were used, and I'm just purely going by the photos, but I feel like it's a really good match. I want you guys to understand that even if something looks complex, like the brown smoky eye that she has, it is so easy to create with a few basic colors. So I nearly forgot the step, but I'm going to put some concealer on my lids before I go on with the eyeshadow. And for this, I'm going to go with my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the color Tan Sand. I'm going to take this beautiful base color Riff, which is like a really warm light brown, and this color is actually really important because it's quite prominent, and it not only plays a base part, but it really makes the whole smoky eye look. So you need to really pack that into your eyes as much as possible. And when you come to the edge, you want a slight V, but not too dramatic. And while I'm here with this color, I'm going to put it on my bottom lid as well. And even with the smoky eye, this color is actually going to shine through underneath the black liner. So you want a good amount. And go right into the inner corner as well, and just underneath the fold. And if you put too much, don't worry, because concealer covers everything. And then just connect the bottom eyeshadow with the top eyeshadow, and just make sure that you do come to your inner corner like that as well. Once you have similar looking panda eyes, it's time to blend it just at the top here. So I'm going to take a clean brush and just very carefully make that transition really smooth. And you can bring out the V with this brush really well as well. Next, I'm going to take this beautiful dark brown color called Punk, and what I want to do is build that outer corner, because she does have a lot of dark browns, a lot of black smokiness going on in that outer corner, so I want to recreate that. And with dark colors, just go slow, because it's really easy to build it up, but if you put too much, it's really hard to take that excess off. Start at the outermost corner and don't go above the crease. You sort of want to come towards the outermost corner of the black of the eye, and then I'm going to try and blend it with the base color. With this Punk color, I do want to come slightly along the crease towards the middle. And you can really see that there's a dimension that's been added with the two colors. Now what I want to do is actually add a bit of shimmer on the inner half of my eyelids, and for that I'm going to mix two colors together, this beautiful golden stranded color with this gorgeous Double Life maroon color. So I'm going to go first with the stranded color, and I'm going to use my fingers really, and you want to just tap it onto your inner half. The next one is the Double Life. Now this I'm going to pat on top of Stranded. Then I'm going to take my base color Riff and just try and blend that in. Next is something that I'm really scared to do, but I'm going to take this beautiful jet black color and I want to put it on my outer corner and just along the lash line of my top lid. When you do this, just make sure that you build it up really slowly and keep to the outer corner. Next thing I'm going to do is put eyeliner on my bottom lash line, and for that I'm using my MAC Pro Longwear eyeliner in the color Definedly Black. So the first thing you want to do is line your bottom waterline and then go along the lash line, but it can be a really rough job because we're going to smoke the whole thing out. And what they've done on her is they've actually come into the inner corner and then combined it with the top winged liner. When you come to the inner corner, just go ahead and put your eyeliner on there as well. So you can see that I've got a really good thick line going on the bottom lashes, and now I'm going to smoke it out. And basically you just sort of move your brush back and forth. You can put setting spray or any kind of facial mist on your brush to do this, but for me I feel like it just smokes out when I do this. Once you feel like you're comfortable with the smokiness, then it's time to go on with a liner on your top eyelid. And for this I'm using my Smashbox Always On Liquid eyeliner in the color black. She does have a wing going on the top eyelid, but it's not too big. So I'm going to start from the middle. I'm going to connect it up to my bottom liner, and then I'm going to go back towards my outer corner. And just make sure that you connect it with the bottom liner as well. You want to also make sure that you tightline the upper waterline as well. And now it's time to put mascara on and put fake eyelashes on. Now on the photos you can definitely see that she is wearing fake eyelashes. It's really hard to get the right shape and the right volume just by looking at a photo. But I've got these lashes which are Glam by Manicure. And these are Intense Lashes in Gwen. And you can see that these are really thick, full lashes. Before you put lashes on, always make sure that you do put mascara on your actual lashes. And for that I'm using my TooFaced Better Than Sex mascara. Now because no one wants to see someone putting on mascara and fake eyelashes, because sometimes it can take ages, I'm gonna do that and come back. Wish me luck. Alright, I thought it was going to be a complete disaster, but it was only partially a disaster, and I feel like these are holding on for now, which is what I want. I've been dying to clean up the under eye area, so I'm going to do that now and apply concealer. I sort of use a beauty blender that's damp, or you can put micellar water in this because then it'll take off any sort of dark pigments that have fallen off. I'm going to put a bit of foundation before the concealer as well. And as for concealer, I usually go with the Tarte Shape Tape concealer, but I feel like with her sheer look, I want to go with something quite light. And for me, that's NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in the color Biscuit. And then I'm going to use my fingers to blend that in. And if you do wipe off some of the eyeshadow on the bottom lid, just go on with those colors very lightly again. Because she went for a really matte look as opposed to a dewy look, I'm not going to use any highlighter, and I'm going to keep it as authentic as possible. For my bronzer, I'm going to use the MAC bronzing powder in the color Bronze. As you can see from her look, she has a lot going on in her eyes that you don't want to overdo it with the skin and the lips. So it just adds a bit of color without making the makeup look too overdone. I'm going to add a little bit on my forehead and my jaw. And I'm going to add the tiniest bit of blush. And for that I'm using my NARS blush in the color Orgasm. So just on the cheeks. I feel like that should be enough. And now for the lips. Now you can see from her photos that she sports a really nude look. And the best combination that I have is my MAC lip pencil in the color Spice and my MAC matte lipstick in Taupe. So I'm just gonna line my lips first. And now I'm gonna go with my Taupe lipstick. I feel like this is a bit of a rosy nude than what she has. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this MAC matte lipstick in the color Photo and I'm just going to dab it on my lips. I'm just going to set my makeup using my Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray and then I'm done. So this is my take on the beautiful look worn by Deepika on her wedding. So that is it, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you were trying to find out how she did her makeup, I hope that I was helpful in giving you some tips and tricks. Give this video a like if you enjoyed it. Leave a comment down below saying what other looks that you want to see. And of course, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. As I said, I'm just so thrilled for the happy couple. They look so perfect together. Love you guys as always. I hope you're happy. I hope you're smiling. And I will see you with another video very soon. Bye, guys.